The hidden cost of criticism. The room goes quiet. A manager leans back in his chair and says, calmly, "I just don't think you're leadership material." No shouting. No anger. Just a sentence. Across the table, something shifts. The employee nods. Takes notes. Says, "I understand." But inside, something closes. Not just to the feedback. To the manager. And sometimes, forever. It's a quarterly review. Daniel manages a high-performing analyst named Sarah. She missed a deadline. Not catastrophic. But noticeable. Daniel believes in being direct. So he says, "You've been slipping. This isn't the level I expect. You need to be more disciplined." Technically, he's not wrong. But notice what happened. He aimed at performance. She heard identity. "You've been slipping. This isn't the level I expect." To Sarah, it sounds like, "I'm disappointing. I'm inadequate. I'm not trusted." Her body reacts before her mind does. Heart rate rises. Muscles tighten. Attention narrows. She stops listening to improve. She starts listening to defend. Daniel walks away thinking he gave honest feedback. Sarah walks away thinking she needs protection. From him. This is the hidden cost of criticism. It does not usually correct behavior. It activates ego defense. Dale Carnegie wrote, "Don't criticize, condemn, or complain. Not because criticism is always false, but because it rarely changes people." Modern psychology explains why. When a person feels criticized, the brain interprets it as threat. The amygdala activates. Stress hormones rise. Cognitive flexibility drops. In that moment, learning is no longer the priority. Survival is. For most of human history, losing status meant losing safety. So when feedback threatens status, the brain reacts as if survival is at stake. This is not weakness. It is biology. Criticism feels like, "You are wrong." Influence feels like, "You are capable." The difference is subtle. But psychologically, it is enormous. Ego is attachment to self-image. When feedback threatens that image, ego mobilizes defenses. Rationalization. Blame shifting. Withdrawal. Quiet resentment. And once resentment enters a relationship, influence evaporates. Because influence depends on voluntary cooperation. Not forced compliance. But we must be careful here. Not all correction is harmful. Not all directness is cruelty. Carnegie assumed mutual goodwill. Today's environments are more complex. There are power imbalances. Performance pressures. Public comparison. Social media exposure. Still, one truth remains. If the ego feels attacked, the door closes. The question is not whether to correct. The question is how. In Buddhism, there is a principle called right speech. Before speaking, one asks, is it true? Is it necessary? Is it kind? Is it the right time? Notice something. It does not say, never speak hard truths. It says, speak them skillfully. There is a difference between saying, you failed, and saying, this outcome didn't meet the standard. Let's examine what blocked you. The first attacks identity. The second examines process. Right speech is not softness. It is precision. It protects dignity while addressing behavior. There is a story of a monk who insulted the Buddha repeatedly. The Buddha listened quietly. Finally he asked, "If someone offers you a gift and you refuse to accept it, to whom does the gift belong?" The monk replied, "To the one who offered it." The Buddha said, "Then I do not accept your anger." The lesson is subtle. If you deliver feedback from agitation, agitation is what people receive, not wisdom. Imagine Daniel tried again. Instead of saying, "You've been slipping," he says, "I noticed the deadline was missed. Walk me through what happened." Sarah explains. 2 teams delayed input. She hesitated to escalate. She feared appearing incompetent. Daniel listens. Then he says, "Missing deadlines isn't sustainable. But I trust your capability. Next time, escalate earlier. I'll support you." Notice the shift. Behavior addressed. Identity preserved. Accountability remains. Defensiveness drops. Influence increases. Many professionals believe, "If I soften feedback, I lose authority." But authority does not come from pressure. It comes from stability. Harsh criticism produces short-term compliance. But long-term distance. Influence requires trust. And trust collapses under humiliation. Here is a simple practice. Before giving feedback, pause. Ask yourself, am I correcting behavior? Or attacking identity? Then reframe. Instead of, "You are careless," say, "This detail was missed. Let's strengthen the process." Instead of, "You're not strategic," say, "This decision didn't consider long-term impact. Let's rethink it together." Small shift. Massive difference. Most criticism is not about improvement. It is about ego. We criticize to relieve frustration, to assert superiority, to feel in control. But control is not influence. Influence is trust. The question is not whether people deserve criticism. The question is, do you want to be right? Or do you want to be effective? In the next episode, we will explore another subtle ego trap. The need to win arguments. Because sometimes, the fastest way to lose influence is to prove you are correct.